Picture a crisis erupting on the other side of the world. A major power has invaded its neighbor, threatening global stability. The call goes out, and the gears of the world's most powerful military begin to turn. But how would the United States actually fight a large-scale war in the 21st century? It's not just about sending in troops. It's a complex, high-tech dance between two of its most formidable branches, the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Air Force. This is air-sea battle, a concept designed for the biggest fights imaginable. So, what happens first? Before a single boot hits the ground, the battle for information begins. The Air Force would deploy its eyes in the sky. Stealthy reconnaissance drones like the RQ-180 and high-altitude spy planes. Their mission is to map out the enemy's defenses, locating critical command centers, air defense systems, and missile launch sites. At the same time, the Navy's destroyers and cruisers, armed with the powerful AEGIS combat system, would use their advanced radars to create a detailed picture of the airspace and sea lanes, identifying threats from hundreds of miles away. It is all about building a comprehensive God's eye view of the battlefield before the first shot is even fired. Once the battlefield is mapped out, the first wave of attack isn't what you might expect. It's silent and invisible. Cyber and electronic warfare units from both services would launch a coordinated assault to blind and deafen the enemy. They'd jam radars, disrupt communications, and hack into command and control networks. The goal is to create chaos and confusion, making it impossible for the enemy to see the real attack coming. Imagine trying to fight while blindfolded and wearing noise-canceling headphones that has the effect they're aiming for. This digital blitz is the essential first step to paving the way for the kinetic forces. With the enemy's senses crippled, the doors are open for the main event. This is where the heavy hitters come in. The Air Force would unleash its B-2 Spirit and the new B-21 Raider stealth bombers. Flying undetected deep into enemy territory, their job is to take out the most heavily defended, high-value targets identified earlier, the brain and nervous system of the enemy's military. Think hardened command bunkers, critical infrastructure, and the leadership itself. These initial strikes are designed to decapitate the enemy's ability to fight back effectively, creating a window of opportunity for the next phase. Simultaneously, out at sea, the Navy is launching its own devastating volleys. From surface ships and submarines lurking beneath the waves, hundreds of Tomahawk cruise missiles would streak towards the coast. These long-range precision weapons would target naval bases, airfields, and coastal defenses. The idea is to dismantle the enemy's ability to project power from the sea and to protect the U.S. Navy's own carrier strike groups as they move into position. It's a massive coordinated barrage from air and sea, designed to overwhelm and shatter the enemy's outer defensive shell. Now the battlefield has been shaped. The enemy is confused, their command is in disarray, and their primary defenses are crumbling. This is when the carrier strike groups make their move. A U.S. aircraft carrier is a floating city of air power, protected by a fleet of cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. From its flight deck, the Navy would launch sorties of F/A-18 Super Hornets and F-35C Lightning II fighter jets. Their mission is to establish air superiority, sweeping the skies clear of any remaining enemy aircraft. This protective bubble allows all other operations to proceed with much lower risk. With control of the skies, the Air Force and Navy fighters begin to work together in a deadly partnership. Air Force F-22 Raptors, the world's premier air dominance fighters, would fly ahead, clearing a path. Following behind F-35s, from both services would use their advanced sensors to hunt down and destroy any remaining threats on the ground or at sea. Mobile missile launchers, ships and ground forces. They can share targeting data in real time, meaning a Navy pilot could spot a target and an Air Force bomber, miles away, could destroy it moments later. This seamless integration is the core of modern joint warfare. But what about the enemy's own long-range missiles, designed specifically to keep U.S. forces at bay? This is where multi-layered defense comes in. The Navy's AEGIS destroyers are essentially mobile anti-missile platforms, capable of tracking and shooting down incoming ballistic and cruise missiles with their SM-3 and SM-6 interceptors. On land, the Army, supported by Air Force logistics, would deploy Patriot and THAAD missile defense batteries to protect key bases and allied territory. It's a defensive shield that allows offensive operations to continue, neutralizing the enemy's most dangerous long-range weapons. As the conflict progresses, the battlefield becomes a vast, interconnected network. An Air Force AWACS plane might detect a new threat and instantly transmit its location to a Navy destroyer. A satellite could spot an enemy fleet, and that data would be fed directly to Air Force bombers and Navy submarines en route to the area. This concept, known as Joint All-Domain Command and Control, or JADC2, is the future. It's about using artificial intelligence and high-speed data links to connect every sensor and every shooter, from space to the bottom of the sea, into one cohesive fighting force. This allows for faster decisions and more precise, coordinated attacks than ever before. Ultimately, the goal of this massive air-sea battle campaign is to dismantle the enemy's ability and will to fight, forcing them to the negotiating table from a position of weakness. By controlling the air and the sea, the U.S. can isolate the conflict zone, cut off enemy reinforcements and supplies, and systematically eliminate their military capability without necessarily needing a large-scale ground invasion. It is a strategy that leverages America's technological and logistical superiority to achieve strategic objectives while minimizing risk to its own forces. From silent cyber attacks to overwhelming firepower, this is how the U.S. Air Force and Navy would combine their strengths to fight and win a major modern war. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown of modern military strategy fascinating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of defense and technology. Let us know in the comments what military topic you'd like to see us cover next. See you in the next video.